Hey guys, welcome back to We Watched a Movie. Jay, Mike, Wham. How you doing?
What's your bonjour?
Why you gotta say it inside your coffee cup, you sick bitch?
I was trying to throw you off.
Because you scared me and I didn't like it. I heard it was just nasty.
That's what I wanted.
Wham.
Make my monsters grow!
Yeah.
Netflix horror show, Santa Clarita Diet. Sounds like a terrible name for a horror show.
It actually sounds like a real diet though.
But it makes sense. It does sound
like something that would be the new trendy thing.
Beach body.
Trendy bitches.
Drew Barrymore, man. Drew Barrymore is a badass.
Drew Barrymore has always been one of the favorite actresses out there, and Timothy Olyphant is freaking awesome always.
Always underrated. Yeah. I've loved her ever since she wrote Cellar Door on that fucking wall in Donnie Darko. And she's got a crazy horror history. Firestarter, you know,
yeah.
Donnie Darko. She's been in a lot of horror
Twisted Firestarter.
Twisted Firestarter.
Yeah, it's a zombie movie. Or a zombie show is basically what it is, and she starts puking a lot in the first episode.
That was nasty as fuck.
It was gross as hell. Timothy Olyphant, they're both realtors, right? And they have this daughter that's kind of a snarky little girl, whatever. And they're realtors, and they're selling these houses, and all of a sudden his wife just starts getting sick for no reason and vomiting when they're showing the house to his potential buyers. He was like, would you like to go outside maybe to get... I mean, he's trying to keep calm. Timothy Olyphant's character it's a lot different than a character I've ever seen him play. Because he's real, like, laid back, and he's like he's timid almost. Yeah. He doesn't want to fight, and he doesn't want to do anything. Even when his woman's getting hit on,
we'll talk about that.
Yeah, even when his woman's getting hot, he refuses to do it.
I have some shit to say about that.
And, I mean, in the end of the day, though, I like this character he's playing. Like, he's real, like, dry. Like, his sense of humor is really dry, like he always is. But it really is played up to this in this episode anyway. And, like, I think it's funny how they're showing the typical suburban life of a married couple. And it's so accurate because when they get up in the morning and they're talking, you know, his wife is talking about 3 different things when she's reading, like, Cosmopolitan or something. He's like, you know, I'm really unhappy with this toaster oven. Like, I mean, it's just so cool to see.
And they live in suburbia in California, and then, like, we're just talking about Timothy Olyphant, man. Like, what I like about him so much is he's kind of a badass version of Phil from Modern Family. Like you said, like, and it is totally different for him, which I like that a lot. And she seems like she's supposed to be this really anal character. Like, he tries to have sex with her at first, and then, like, he's like, no, I know, like, you like to have a nice hot meal and then all this shit. And he's, like, making fun of her because she's so uptight. And I like that he secretly wants to die inside. Like, he goes to show him his house, and he takes a hit off his weed, like, because he just needs some fucking break. And then at one point, and this is a recap, so there's spoilers abound for just the pilot episode. At one point when she puked all over the bathroom and he thought she died, he was like, he's always like, no, he starts to smile. He's actually like secretly happy. But dude, that puke scene.
That was gross, man.
First off, this thing it's a great show. I love it so far.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
I thought it was great.
But Rotten Tomatoes has a negative score on this.
Well, again, the tomatoes that are rotten strike once more. Fuck them.
They gave that Powerless DC show a positive, and I thought that was terrible. But that's another story altogether.
Are you going to get to that?
No,
I don't know. You've been having mini strokes all day.
I know, dude. That's crazy. It's weird, man. I got to stop smoking that.
Did you watch that tape?
I got to stop doing that special K. But no, they gave it a rotten score. And basically, like, you got to go look at this. Go to Rotten Tomatoes and look at this, because it'll freeze your fucking crack. It's literally like, this show is funny. It's got great acting. It's got an excellent cast. And it's too gory for some.
Fuck them.
Negative score. Like, it's rotten. Trust me, do not listen to Rotten Tomatoes on this one. This show's great. And if you're a horror fan, like, you like gore.
Well, I mean,
so fucking what? It's horror.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit off camera. Like, Shaun of the Dead is praised on Rotten Tomatoes. They love it. Everybody loves that movie. It's like a 90-something% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got gore everywhere. I mean, it's literally gore city. And then it's like, but it's got comedy. It's got all that mixtures. Now, granted, Shaun of the Dead, I like it better, but it's, you know, it's a movie. But this is the same shit. It's the same kind of thing, and it's set in a suburban area, and it's like this dry sense of humor mixed, Modern Family mixed with zombie. I don't want to watch a movie where they're going to be afraid to show shit like that, or a show. I think it's awesome. I think it's cool. Like, you get to see that. Like, she actually does eat this dude's fingers off. And what was the guy's name?
Nathan Fillion's actually in this show, too, and he's got a cool character. But, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think these, and this is what pisses me off about fucking critics, is that just because you saw the Santa Clarita Diet and you probably actually didn't do your fucking homework and you thought that it was going to be this, like, it's going to follow its name and its pictures more closely, which they're very subtle in their horror. Like, that's what makes the jokes about the marketing and advertising they've been doing. But it's a fucking zombie show. Like, it's a zombie show. Like, you're bitching about gore in a zombie show on Netflix where they can do what they want. You're fucking crazy.
I know, and like, again, man, they're giving passes on stuff like Marco Polo, which had gore all up in that shit, and incest and stuff, and they love that show, and yet this is something you shouldn't let your children watch. It's like, well, they should be watching it anyway, you stupid whore.
Because you didn't do your homework and you actually thought it was going to be like a Cosmo Bad Moms type thing. Like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, this show, I keep saying movie, this show has got great pacing, it's got great characters. I love the characters already. I want to see how it all plays out. I want to see because Timothy Olyphant is still in love with his wife, even after he finds out that she's a zombie, that she's slowly becoming a zombie, and they learn that from the geeky kid that lives next door to him, like the nerd that's in love with their daughter. He's great, dude. I love that kid, and like he's trying to explain to him that she's a zombie, and then Timothy Olyphant, every once in a while he'll snap and be the old Timothy Olyphant. He's like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, there you go, Timothy. But I cannot wait. I think there's 10 episodes. I want to watch. After the first episode, I was hooked. I had to go to work today, otherwise I would have sat and binge watched it all fucking day long. The other thing about Timothy Olyphant is like, and this is true, his saying has never been truer with this show, and this is what I want to tell the critics. Sometimes you gotta know when the juice is worth the squeeze. And this is worth that fucking squeeze. And if you guys haven't heard of this or you haven't had a chance to check it out, really honestly, forget the critics, what they're saying. It's an awesome show. You guys will love it. It's a 10 for me. This episode's a 10. I didn't have a problem with it. I didn't think anything was wrong with it. Nothing was wrong with it.
I'm right up there with you, man. I think it was fantastic, and I really look forward. It's really entertaining and fun and comfortable to watch and interesting. Let's talk about Drew Barrymore in this. Her character's fun. I like Drew Barrymore a lot, but she did piss me off, man. Like, I felt so bad for Timothy Olyphant. And it's kind of his fault, too. But, like, Nathan Fillion is this other realtor that starts there, right? And he's good at, like, I like him just about everything he's in, but he's really good at it. He plays a huge dickbag.
Yeah,
and he's
on his wife.
He's bigger than Timothy Olyphant, and he wants to sleep with Drew Barrymore. And she goes crazy and buys a Range Rover and is losing her shit because of the zombie stuff. Like, she's eating raw meat and shit. It's really gross, but it's really funny. She goes out with the girls finally, and they're out there getting drunk. And first off, I don't like the stereotype that all these older women want to go out and bang dudes at the bars. But I don't like these women at all. But he comes up there and he literally like puts his dick up against her. He's like, "What about that?" And she's like, "Oh." I was like, "What the fuck?" But Timothy Olyphant shows up at the bar, and then Nathan Fillion comes over and he's like, "We got a problem here." Like immediately, dude, I would have jacked that guy in the mouth. Like, but
I would have jacked him off.
I was like, "Let me jack you off, sir." But no, I hated that. I felt so fucking bad for Timothy Olyphant, but it was almost like, dude, you left her there.
I know,
but she bangs that guy. It's your fucking fault.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I guess it's revealing a lot about me. Yeah, Timothy Olyphant is exactly how I would handle that situation. If I got a girl and and I'm really happy with her, but I don't like to fight. I don't like confrontation.
I don't either.
I know. I'm just saying though. But if it, like I would have known Timothy Olyphant had done it, he'd be like, look. I don't want to fight. I'm married. I have a life. I have things going on. I'm not going to get into a fight. And he's like, to lose? And he's like, I mean, that's not the point. And he's like, trying to explain. He's trying to talk his way out of it. He's like, you know what? I'm leaving. And he like walks out the door. He's like, good for you, Timothy Olyphant. You took the high road. You might seem like a pussy, and maybe you are, but you didn't get your face smashed in.
But he left his wife there with a guy. And
well, fuck her.
In real life, she probably would have had sex with him.
Well, if she wants to be a whore, let her be a whore.
But that's the thing, like, I like her a little bit less because of how, and not in a serious way, it's a fun show, like, who cares? But just having a little bit of fun with it for a second, like, fuck her, man. I would have been like, get in the goddamn car. I would have made a fucking scene, dude. I would have broken a beer bottle and like, I would have held everyone in the bar hostage. I'm not leaving this fucking bar until she's in that goddamn car. I don't care what happens.
I just want you to go in the car. That's not really what I want you to do. I want you to go in the car. I mean, if you're not going to go in the car, then I'm really mad.
He probably did the socially right thing, but not the right thing for him. But I like when he goes to the fucking place and he's looking at the toasters.
That's funny as hell.
And he's you know what I hope happens? I hope that every time he has a situation, like
he just goes there.
He goes there and talks to her, and she's like a recurring person in the show.
Yeah, there's like a mini mart that he goes to, and he needs a new toaster oven, and he's like, and the same girl, the same one that tried to help him when he was buying stethoscopes, she's like, I'm 20, and all this stuff, and when he goes there and he's looking at the new toaster because he finally breaks the toaster oven. It was all about the toaster oven for a while, and he breaks it. He's like, I don't know what it is. He's like, she's been acting different. Like he just goes into this rant about his wife, and she's like, I'm 20, and he's like, He's like, look, I can dance, and he starts dancing, and she's like, you're a really good dancer. She goes, that's not the point. And he's like, I don't even want a fucking toaster oven. I'm leaving. It's so good though. It's so great. I just love it. The comedy is perfectly timed in this. It's set up perfectly. The horror elements that are there, they're not really horror. It's just grotesque, I guess. Maybe that it's visceral.
Yeah, eventually Nathan Fillion comes back to the house. When she bites his fingers, dude, that shit. First off, you knew they were playing for keeps when she puked, dude, because that was fucking nasty. Dude, I was eating a bowl of chili for breakfast, which is weird anyways.
I don't know.
But I'm eating a bowl of chili for breakfast.
You shouldn't do that.
And I'm sitting here in my skivvies, and I'm watching the show, and all of a sudden she does that, and I was just like, oh my god, dude, it was gross.
Yeah, it was.
And then she fucking puked all over it was gross. But
yeah,
she eats him. It looks
like his intestines are out. And by the way, that's another thing. So you don't think, you dumb shit critics that hadn't had sex in 65, you don't think that Walking Dead shows a lot more grotesque shit on their television show, and you never rant on them. You never one time say, because you'll say, well, it's post-apocalyptic, so it makes sense. I'm like,
I don't know what the fuck they thought this was.
That makes no sense. It makes no sense. How are you going to praise something for all the acting and the great story and everything, and then hit it with a drop in score because of its viscera, its realish looking blood and intestines and shit?
Yeah.
That's what makes a movie great. That's America.
Yeah.
America.
That's America, man.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it's a 10. I mean, I really hope that everybody goes and checks it out. So
yeah, I loved it. So we're going to watch the rest of them for sure. Comment down below. Let us know if you guys are going to watch the Santa Clarita Diet and if you liked it and how you feel about life in general.
By the way, I do want to say Nathan Fillion, when she's biting his fingers off, he's trying to talk because, I mean, he's like, his fingers just got, two of his fingers, and he's like, he goes, you ate my fingers, and she was like, I don't hate your fingers. And I was like,
this shit's funny, man. And then also, that's the question of the day. What do you do in that scene, that exact moment when Nathan Fillion
run the fuck
comes
away
over and then and challenges you for your wife? I'd be like, she's my wife! What would you do in that situation? Comment down below, let us know. We love your fucking faces, and do you guys want us to review the rest of the episodes, or maybe just do a season recap, or what? Let us know each and every goddamn morning.
Love you, Whammy.
We love your fucking faces, and if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button, get some motherfucking whammy.
There you go. Bye-bye. Bye.
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 We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie.